show. If this is your first time tuning in, head over to theglamceo.com to join my email list and stay connected with all of the amazing opportunities that we have for women, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. So today I'm interviewing not just another dynamic woman, but she's also someone I consider a friend. So Miss Samantha, tell us what ingredients did God use when he was creating you?
Well, he broke the mold for sure.
Okay.
But I want to say patience, creativity, consistency, vivid imagination, and faith. I think those are some ingredients that he used to make me.
I love that. And I feel like your life is like an extension of your vivid imagination because you do so many different things. So tell us about your profession as a pharmacist, but then also your passion in modeling.
Well, thank you. Yes, I am the modeling pharmacist. I, went to school for pharmacy. Growing up, I had 3 pharmacists in my church. And so I knew I wanted to be in healthcare, but I'm not a blood and guts kind of person. So being in their presence and shadowing at their pharmacies told me, okay, this is what I want to do for my career. And then I was always good in science, pretty good academically, but I always had a passion for modeling. And I would have people, just random strangers, saying, oh, you look like you should be a model. And so I would hear it a lot. And I even went to a career fair where a lady refused to give me material because she was like, there's nothing on my table for you. You need to leave. You need to be a model. So, just kind of having that in my background, but I was kind of pushing it to the side, like, oh, let me stay, strictly to pharmacy. Everybody, has a talent. There's starving artists for a reason. Everybody can sing, dance, act, but, get a solid career. So that's what I told myself, but I always had that passion. So I said, you know what, combine both together. And I made the modeling pharmacist, got it trademarked, and I was like, you know what, I was gonna take the best of both worlds, put it together, and that's who I am. So.
I love it, I love it. And I think it's important that women who are career professionals also know they can pursue a passion as well. Because sometimes people get caught up in the profession and then they put their passions on the side, but I love that you're exploring all of your passions, and I think it's a testament to what women should be doing. If you're in corporate America and you have a career, you can still do the things that you dream about. And so one of the things I'm sure you dreamed about was going to the Sarah Jakes event, and I saw that you went to that. I mean, you went to so many amazing conferences. Who are the top 5 women that you feel like are inspiring you this season?
Right. Well, definitely Sarah Jakes Roberts. She, had an interesting background, didn't do the traditional path, but even with her challenges, she still owned everything she went through and is a successful, woman, business, preacher, pastor, and to have 40,000 women come to your event that you threw, is amazing, because I was one of those 40,000 women that went to her event. And so I love her. I love Vice President Kamala Harris. She's my sorority sister, and I just love that she's a professional, strong woman in government. We need more women in leadership. And so I'm not going to say I would never do, government or just some type of political work, because we need more women, standing up front and, on those more, on those boardroom tables, doing all those things that are important to help shape the government. Of course, you got to have Oprah. I love Oprah Winfrey. She's definitely a dynamic woman. She started, as a reporter and has worked her way up to where she is now, has her own network. And so I just feel like ownership is important. So she's shown very important. And I like one thing that she said one time, she always signs all her checks. So she might not know what's going on, but she's definitely knowing where the money is going. So I love that aspect of her. And also, I'll put down you. I love you.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, I think, just watching you do your ambitious, and I worked with you several times throughout the years, and just having a space for women to build their businesses, and just even having confidence and just about, owning what they have. So I love that. So I believe that's 5.
Yes. Okay. I appreciate that. I wasn't expecting that.
I forgot Beyonce. Beyonce, I love you. Beyonce is Queen Mother. She has it all together. So I went to a lot of her, 2 of her concert stops, and so I enjoy Beyonce. She's showing us how to make money over and over again and own it all. So definitely love Beyonce.
Yes, well, I am honored that I am in the ranks of Oprah and Beyonce. Okay.
Hello.
And so they have all accomplished great things,
So much.
but so have you. So what would you feel like is your most proud accomplishment today?
I would say the United States trademark that I have for modeling pharmacist. I never thought I would have a trademark, never thought that I would even have my own business. And the fact that I had a dream, a thought, and I actually, stuck with it and, got it on paperwork, it's an official document. So I think that's my biggest accomplishment for myself.
Yes, and like you said, ownership is important. So
Yes.
owning your brand is very important. If you don't have a
Absolutely.
trademark, you need to go ahead and file those papers so that you have ownership of your brand. So
Yes.
I love that, and that is definitely something, you know, to be proud of.
Thank you.
Now, you also accomplished worldwide travels, and before we started filming, I was talking to you like, where you going next, girl? Okay, like I just want to be Samantha's suitcase, so I can just roll wherever she's rolling. So we're gonna play a quick round of this or that, the travel edition.
Okay.
So you're gonna pick one choice and tell us why you picked that.
All right.
Okay. Solo trip or girls trip?
Solo trip.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You're kicking us out.
I
You
know.
want me to go,
I'm
y'all.
sorry, ladies. You know, I'll do both, but honestly, I'm the type of person, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so having to ask 50 different people where you want to eat, what time you want to get up,
Right,
you know,
right.
it's just easier when you're just doing it by yourself because you don't have to consult with anybody, don't have to worry hurt nobody's feelings, you just kind of can do your thing. So I am, you know, used to just doing what I want when I want, and I don't have to check in with anybody. So
I get it.
I
totally
enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And you went to Paris for
Yes.
2 weeks as a solo traveler.
Loved it.
How was that?
It was beautiful. I did several photo shoots. I went to several cafes, did tours. So I wasn't really by myself because when I would do my tours, I would do it with other people.
Mhm.
But I enjoyed it. It was very liberating for me,
Oh, I bet.
and so I had a great time.
I bet. So Paris or Vegas?
Paris. I would
Okay.
definitely go back. I want to go Christmas time because I
Mhm.
heard the city is very beautiful at Christmas time. So
Mhm.
that'll probably be the next time I go.
Gotcha. Okay, sneakers or high heels?
Ooh, that's tough. I would go with sneakers,
Okay.
you know, because you gotta have comfort. I'm
Mhm.
getting a little older.
Right.
You know, I'm not old, I'm getting older.
Right,
So,
right.
you know, I want comfort. You can still be stylish and cute in
Mhm.
sneakers. So.
Okay, so we're traveling, we're in Vegas. Would you rather go to a business conference or a day party?
Honestly, a business conference
Okay.
because I want to learn more. I feel like parties, you don't really leave with much information.
Mhm.
And so I'd rather go to the business conference and get some contacts and
Mhm,
just, you know, get some more information that I might can use for my own business. You know?
Okay. Now this is probably gonna be a hard one because when I went to Vegas, I went specifically to see Usher. Okay. So it was the concert of a lifetime, and I know you went to see
I saw
Beyonce
him
for the Renaissance
too.
tour, and you went to see Usher. Okay, so
Yes.
you're a concert girl too.
Yes.
Are we going to the concert or are we going sightseeing?
Ooh, I think I'd go sightseeing, believe
Okay.
it or not. You know, I enjoy a good concert,
Mhm.
but I do like going to the special areas
Mhm.
in a country or a place that they're known for. Because to me, when you go back to your memories, you can go to the landmarks from that area. So I like to sightsee.
Okay, and last one, dating app or chance meeting?
Ooh, I think I'll do chance meeting because
Okay.
I've done the apps and I don't like it.
Okay.
It's very generic. People just
It
copy
is.
and paste
It is.
the
Yeah.
same message to 50 girls.
Correct.
So, yeah, no.
Yes, I hate dating apps. I absolutely hate dating apps. So I can't.
Don't like it.
can't blame it at all. So speaking of dating, you're a single woman.
Yes.
And so I know that a lot of women, especially our age, they're
Right.
having a bit of a challenge in their
Mhm.
singleness. So what would you say to a woman that's having a hard time in her single life?
Well, I would say one, you're not alone. There are more single people in general than there are people who are in relationships, and there are people who are single who don't realize they're single.
Okay,
So,
come on,
you know,
talk about it now.
That's one thing, because if you're not legally married, you're single.
Okay,
It
talk
doesn't
about
matter
it.
if you dated for 13 years and you live together and you got 5 kids. But anyway, I digress.
Correct.
I feel like you should just enjoy this time. Do the things you want to do. Don't put your life on hold for somebody. Travel, buy that house. Just kind of just enjoy yourself, and then also work on being who you would want to date. Because many times we want something, but we're not bringing that to the table. So if I want somebody with good credit, then I should have good credit. If I want somebody who's adventurous, then I should be going on adventures. So just kind of elevate your life and just be who you would want to date. And then, you know, when God brings that person, if that's meant to be, then it will happen. But in the meantime, you're still enjoying your life.
Mhm.
You're not waiting on anything. So don't wait. Just enjoy where you are.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely great advice because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you should get, you know, married in college or you should find a man in college, which I don't agree with because I feel like, you know, your 20s is meant to be a time where you explore and
Discover,
enjoy your life
that's
and be
true.
free and discover who you are. So
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I'm not against it. If you find somebody,
Right.
y'all can grow together and it works, hey, do it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
But if not, because the older you get, the more stuck in your ways.
That's
and the
true.
more, I don't want to say baggage, but more life experiences people
True.
tend to bring to the table.
That's true.
So if you can get both of y'all fresh, then great. But
That's
if you can't, you know, it is what
Make
it
the
is.
best of it. Yeah, and to your point, whatever path someone has, I think they should make the best of it. So you are watching, you're like, well, I got married at 22. Listen, I hope that it's been a fruitful and lovely marriage. I just don't want young women who are in college to feel the pressure to find a man while they get their degree. I don't want, our women to feel that pressure when we should be really enjoying life, exploring who we are, getting the degree, traveling the world like Miss Samantha, okay? All of those things.
Yeah.
Now, people are also having a hard time in entrepreneurship. So let's play the entrepreneur challenge where I'm gonna share some scenarios with you and you tell me how you would handle it. Okay. So your business has been getting some negative reviews. How do you spin that around for the positive or turn that around?
Well, I would reach out to all the people who gave me the bad review to find out what the issue was and see if I could correct it, and then just try to learn from it. Nobody's perfect. I feel like anything can happen once, so sometimes mistakes are going to happen as you learn and grow. So just learn from those mistakes, try to make them again, and make sure that you're doing all you can to provide the best customer service.
Yes, I think that is great advice. It's so important that we not get defensive as entrepreneurs, because it's so easy to get defensive, like, wait a minute, I did what I said I was going to do. But you, as a business owner, you cannot operate from the spirit of offense at all.
No, you can't.
I'll repeat that. As a business owner, you cannot operate in the spirit of offense. Like, you really have to prioritize your customers, even if they find something wrong where it wasn't anything to be found. Really work to rectify that, because for me, being a full-time entrepreneur for 10 years, it was from referrals, from people feeling satisfied, from me rectifying things that were challenges so they could refer somebody. Like, referrals are so important. So
it is.
Yeah, I love what you said. Definitely.
And repeat customers.
Exactly. Like, I know, right? Like, she's supportive of Good Vision. She's come to Atlanta to speak at our conference. She's also speaking in Charlotte, on March 30th. So head over to theglamceo.com if you're in North Carolina, so that you can catch, Miss Samantha in all her greatness. So she has definitely been a repeat supporter, and so I try to nurture everyone who supports my brand through misunderstandings and challenges. So that was great advice. Great advice. Okay, number 2 scenario for the Entrepreneur Challenge. You've received a big investment. How are you gonna spend that money on a business to make that money back or make it double and triple?
Wow. I think if I got a big investment, I would get some property. I feel like nowadays, we're not gonna get any more land, so we gotta use what we have. So I would try to get a business as far as with property, something I can have that's I own.
Yes.
And I don't know if I would operate out of it, but I would definitely want to get more property and just kind of expand in that way with business and maybe rent and lease and things like that.
Yes, commercial real estate. Like, that is very brilliant. It's definitely something to think about. It's definitely something to think about if you get investment money to get a commercial space that you own. Okay, not that you're leasing from somebody else, but that you own. Absolutely. And the last scenario is you have a product that's not selling well. How do you pivot?
Well, I would reach out to someone who hopefully is selling something similar, so I could get some advice. And then I wouldn't be afraid to discontinue it. Sometimes we hold on to stuff because that's our baby and we want to keep it, but sometimes you gotta let it go. So if it's not working and if I'm losing money, I definitely gotta cut it off. But I would try to, get some advice to see how I can make it better. Maybe get someone in who does product sampling or who can kind of give me an idea of what the market's like, and just kind of tell me, like, okay, really realistically you need to let that go, or maybe you should try this, try that, or put it in another market, or you got to just maybe package it differently. It's different things you can do to maybe try to salvage it. Right. But all that, getting consultations and getting advice doesn't work, then I'd have to let it go.
Yeah, I think that's twofold great advice. Like, seek a mentor or a coach that is doing well in that area so that they can help you do well. Or, I think it was a great saying that said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Okay, sometimes
in that order.
Yes, in that order. Like, you might want to take that into your relationship life, but we talk about business right now.
Right.
But you're right. Like, and as an entrepreneur, I hold things very close. So it's like my business is my baby, to your point. But if something's not working for an extended amount of time, you definitely want to know when it's time to let it go, so that you don't, like you said, continue to lose money on something that's just not working.
Right. But also, sometimes it takes a little longer. I think they said businesses need at least 2 to 3 years initially. So you're not going to expect big returns initially. But, you know, kind of going it, expecting it to be slow, but it shouldn't be slow forever.
Right. And so how do you plan to make the next year your best year?
Wow. Well, I plan on continuing to travel. I want to work with brands and hopefully get some partnerships started. You know, I'm trying to get in my influencer bag.
Okay.
If Beyonce can do it with her perfume, why can't I do it? So, but I definitely want to work with brands and partnerships and try to monetize social media because it's a big presence. And so if you're not on it, then you're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. So just try to work that angle. And then I want to do more speaking engagements. I'm a motivational speaker, so I definitely want to get some paid, let me emphasize paid, speaking engagements where I can just kind of spread my message. I have a model mindset that I use and market, so I want to encourage all of us because we all are models. We all are modeling something, and this can be good, bad, or different, but it's up to us to make sure we're modeling what we want to the world. So I want to encourage people with that message. So that's probably what I'll be doing for 2024.
Okay, and tell everyone how they can follow you on social media, how they can book you for them paid speaking engagements, okay?
Hello. Yes, well, my website is www.samanthadeloache.com or modelingpharmacist.com. They both go to the same domain. And my Facebook is at Samantha DeLoache, as well as Instagram at Samantha DeLoache. So definitely check those spots, and you can get all your information you need from there.
Yes, so make sure that you follow her, connect with her. Following her is such an inspiration, I'm telling you, because she's traveling the world, she's looking fabulous doing it, and I think she's definitely the epitome of how to live a full life. You know, life is very short, and so we don't want to put anything on hold, on pause. Like, we want to live out loud, and Samantha does a great job of that.
Thank you.
And I have to thank
Lily,
well, I try. I do the best that I can with what I got.
That's all we can do. Do your best.
Exactly. But I do want to say I appreciate you supporting the Glambitious brand for years. Okay, this is not a new person to the brand. She supported many things from our brand, and so I just have to give you your flowers and supporting another women entrepreneur.
Absolutely,
yes.
Because Lily is great. So if you wanna, if you're on the fence, don't worry about it. She is definitely a good person to work with, and she's gonna help elevate your brand.
Well, thank you very much. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you visit theglamceo.com just to stay connected to the events and opportunities we have for women entrepreneurs and visionaries. And you can also follow me on Instagram at I am Lily Mae. So thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Glambitious Talk Show.